You are the chairman of the subcommittee, which provided a big part of this legislation. It's called the Lower Energy Costs Act. So for everyday South Carolinian, how will it lower their energy costs?
Well, they're paying a higher percentage of their discretionary income for their utility bills. They're having to make choices between purchasing food or medicine and paying their energy bills. So one thing HR 1 will do, it will focus on production and produce more American energy resources, which we're blessed with in this country. But unfortunately, we're cursed with liberal politicians who don't want us to go and harness the resources that we have here that can lower energy prices and make us more energy secure. There is no national security without energy security. And so producing more of those resources that we have here and then delivering those resources to our communities and to our states so that they can be used in the power production for that baseload power generation that provides a 24/7, 365 baseload power that our manufacturers need and that moms and dads needs in their home when they want to cook the meals and wash the clothes and read to their children. That's so important, and we have a stable, reliable system in this country, but we're reaching some criticality in this country with being able to provide that baseload energy. And so produce the resources, deliver the resources, and then we have an abundance. We can export those resources, clean-burning American natural gas that can actually help lower carbon emissions globally and help our friends and allies to lessen their dependence on Vladimir Putin's energy oligarch, like Europe is. And Europe has had to regress back to coal-fired power plants and burning wood just to keep warm this winter, when we can provide the natural resources, the natural gas, through LNG exports to these countries to improve their standard of living and quality of life around the globe.
And I know it passed the House with a bipartisan vote, but Senator Chuck Schumer has said it is dead on arrival in the Senate the way it is. And President Biden has said that he does plan to veto it if it gets to the White House. So how do you plan to work with senators to make sure that this sees it all the way through and becomes law?
Well, President Biden has offered veto threats all year, and we've seen him sign a couple of House-passed initiatives and actually sign them when he said he was going to veto them. So this is the way that the president ought to embrace American energy production instead of being the one, the administration, that has killed the golden goose, that has killed the American energy sector, it's killed jobs, it's killed pipelines, and it's kept pipeline projects that bring natural gas to states like South Carolina that needs that. Kill those projects and really delayed them and set up an opportunity where we can't harness the resources of this nation to meet the energy needs and lower the cost for American families. That's what's so important. Republicans are focused on helping lower the energy cost and make America energy dominant once again. Now, whether Chuck Schumer brings it up or not, that's up to the Senate. I can only help control what goes on in the House, and we pass this in a very bipartisan fashion. But there are a number of Democrats in very vulnerable states that need to support this legislation over in the Senate and help it get across the finish line. I had a conversation with Senator Graham just a little while ago about strategy to try to make and help that happen. So I think the Senate ought to pass this bill, send it to the president's desk, and let's get American energy costs lower. And let's produce American energy here versus us being reliant on so many of our adversaries like Russia and Iran and Venezuela. And I don't want to see President Biden have to take a gas can back over to Saudi Arabia and beg them for oil and gas when we have the resources here at home. We just need to produce those and get those to where they need to go.
All right, Congressman, those energy costs getting out of hand. Everybody knows it. And so thank you so much for your time. And we found this bill very closely.
Thanks so much. Yeah.
Thank you.